new Cory monthly painting journey for the month of April, or aka, oh my god, why there is so much purple and magenta, this is vaporwave galore, what have you done? Hello my dear friends, welcome to this new Cory monthly painting journey, a series of videos in which I show you the things that I painted, and if you're interested, well, thank you. What a month this has been for painting miniatures. It looks like I really wanted something with a lot of purple, magenta and white with some green in it. You can see a theme by looking at all the miniatures that I've painted this month. But yeah, I don't know, it looks like I was really into purple, I think, or vaporwave in general. Cool thing about this month is that if you remember the last video I've done for the month of March, I told you that I had a lot of Eldar to paint, and well, I started my new Eldar army, and I have painted 2 units of Eldar that I'm really happy and proud to show you here, also because building them was something that I hated from start to finish, but you will know, I'll tell you why in a minute. And since I'm speaking of Eldars, before I show you the miniatures, I would like to make a little shout out to a channel which is called Proxy Hammers, which is very useful in this case if you are like me, that you are just starting an Eldar army but don't know what to choose, what kind of weapons loadout you want for your miniatures, etc. These videos are great because he explains in details but in a very easy to understand way all of the tactics surrounding Eldar, the stats of all of the units, weapon loadouts comparison. It is a great channel, and I suggest you go and check it out if you're like me and you're just starting an Eldar army. And also go and subscribe to his channel because he doesn't even have 100 subscribers, and to me that's a crime. Go and check it out. I will leave the link to his channel down in the description. Alright, let's just start with my very first 10 elf squad of guardians, and I understand why Eldar's players were screaming out of their lungs for a new plastic kit for these guys, because building them, it was so painful and hard and long and horrible. And why there are so many pieces, why this set had so many plastic pieces to put together. I mean, 2 pair of legs that you have to glue together, the torso is split in 2 parts that you have to glue together, then you have to glue the head, then you have to glue the 2 arms that doesn't really match together, and then you have to glue spikes behind, like 2 antennas on their back. This kit was dreadful to build. It was horrible, and I can understand why they really need a new plastic kit. And I'm never going to build this old kit again. I am going to buy the new one because it was a horrible experience. Regarding the paint scheme, this is the original paint scheme that I had thought about months ago when I decided to start an Eldar army. But of course, being me, I changed ideas multiple times, and I couldn't really decide what kind of paint scheme I want for my Eldars, and ultimately I decided to paint them yellow and maybe some green here and there, maybe a green arm and a green leg, something like that. So I bought, in order to speed up the painting process, a yellow primer, which was this Vallejo Hobby Paint Sun Yellow. And I primed the miniatures, and then it turned out that this primer is a steaming hot pile of garbage because it doesn't cover and prime anything. I mean, after I sprayed this primer, I could still see the plastic underneath in transparency, and I admitted that I cried a little bit because the idea of repriming like 2 times the same miniatures, risking to overprime and obscuring details, it was getting horrible. So, after realizing that I have just wasted money, I decided to go back to the original scheme, which is the one that you are seeing here, which is a bone white with a magenta right arm, and then the weapons and the face mask is black with a lot of green gems scattered around all of the armors. And I was getting a lot of vaporwave vibes for this paint scheme, so I decided to get along and paint the bases exactly like a vaporwave landscape. So the terrain is purple and blue with a lot of neon pink and blue and white grass. It is incredibly psychedelic and incredibly alien, and I am happy, even though I had to struggle a lot with this paint scheme and with this unit in particular. Then I painted my second unit, which is a unit of Eldar scouts. These are the old scouts, and this kit reminded me why I never paint Finecast. This unit was casted in Finecast, and I remember why I hate Finecast. There are so many pieces that you have to cut out, files away, scrape away, and even when you think you have done, there are still more. And after I've primed these models and after I start painting these models, I discovered that there were a lot of pieces that I still have to cut away and scrape away and ruining the paint job, and then you have to repaint the part that you have to cut away. It was horrible again. I mean, I'd rather spend more money onto the same model but casted in metals than to actually have to pay less but have them in Finecast. If I ever had to paint another unit of scouts, I would rather go on eBay and buy them in metals, or maybe I would just buy the old Rogue Trader 2nd/3rd edition Eldar scouts, because those are also very great miniatures. For the color scheme is exactly the same. The only difference here is the camo cloak, because the camo cloaks, since it is a camo cloak, I find it obvious that they should blend with the landscape that they are in, so I just painted it in purple and blue. And I also had to practice a little bit with my wet blending technique, and I'm happy with it. Then the last two models that I painted this month, one you have already seen, which is this little Hot Wheels cars that I have painted at the beginning of April. I'm not going too much deep about it. If you want, you can see the video in which I have painted the entirety of this car. I will leave the link down in the description if you want to check it out. The only thing is that I am very happy for the flames. I really love to paint flames on my miniatures, and I am practicing a lot of glazing and transitioning between a dark color on top and very bright and light color on bottom of the flames. And I would like to try new colors. Green is my favorite color, but I think that I can get the same level of quality with blue, maybe purple, pink. I have to try it. Not red, because red need to have yellow and orange, and yellow is not a color that I'm really happy to paint off. But anyway, yeah, go check out the video if you want to see the entirety of the painting for this model. And last but not least, a little add-on to my Blood Bowl team, which is this Blood Bowl Ogre. Nothing too fancy. As I said, I painted my Blood Bowl team last month, and I wanted to add a big guy to it, and I managed to paint him, and then after that immediately tried on the field, and it did absolutely nothing. I didn't know that you actually had to roll to see if the ogre is stupid or not. And guess what? Every time I have to do something with him, he was stupid and didn't do anything for the entirety of the game, so it was completely useless. But on the contrary, painting him was fun, and yeah, I'm happy to have painted an ogre, and now let's hope that for the next game he's going to be a little bit more useful. So my friend, let me know down in the comments what you think about the miniatures that I have painted this month. Give me your suggestions, your advices, whatever you want. Let me know what you think about them, and maybe subscribe and leave a like if you want. Down in the description you will find all the link to my Instagrams, my coffee. If you want to burn $1, you don't have to, but if you want to support me, the link is down there. Go subscribe to Proxy Hammer, check out the video in which I have painted the Hot Wheels car. I don't know what else to say. Hope you like it, and I hope to see you the next time. My name is Cory. Ciao amici miei. Ciao ciao.